Okay, so it's time to start joining a few things together. As you can see on the screen, I have now made 4 dominoes. So once you've made one of those, you then copy paste new and then create the other ones. So if we look at those sort of on that front face, you can see it's just the slot sketch that we have, that oval sort of slot sketch. And basically that's just done as a extrusion. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how to start putting these dominoes into the legs and joining all of this together. So we're going to go up here and we're going to use the under the assemble, and you got a joint command there. You can also press J on the keyboard. So we're going to bring that up and it's going to open up this little window here on the side. So what we're going to do, if I mouse up to one of our dominoes, you can see, hopefully you can see, where all those little white dots are. We can select any one of those little dots. We can select an edge, and then on the edge there is different points as well that you can grab, and those dots are on all of the faces and things like that. So what we're wanting to do is basically find a dot that we can marry up this piece with and the same on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that one there in the center, and it will sort of grey out a little bit like that. And then we're going to go down and I'm going to spin this leg around. And what we're going to do is I want to be able to see on the inside of the leg hole here. So you can see if I go here on this face here, I've got those dots, but I want to get it on that back face so it actually inserts all the way in. And then I'm going to select that same center one in there on the back. And you can see it snaps in there and does that. And we're going to go OK. And there is the first one that we've got. Basically repeat that process. So we go press J on the keyboard, grab the domino, go down, click and hold to rotate that around with that little cube up there. So you can see the back surface, and we wanted to get that one and go OK. So there we've got 2 there. Let's spin that around, and we're going to do the 2 on this side as well. So we can go up here and press J, select our domino, spin this around a little bit so we can see into there. And we should be able to. Oh, why won't it let me do the other ones, I wonder? That's interesting. I've never had that happen before. Why is it not seeing them? I don't know. That's very strange. I don't think I've ever seen that before. All right. Let's just then add in one of the end rails into this, and we'll work with that instead. So let's go across here. We'll rotate this around, see if we can get this to work, so I can at least show you that. So again, we're going to go assemble, joint, see if this one works for me. And let's pick the end face on this. So I'm going to go like that. And then we're going to zoom out a little bit. We're going to rotate this around. Try and zoom in on the back up there, and then select the one in the middle on the back. Now you can see, if I zoom out again, that that domino has sort of popped out of that joint and gone up there. That's okay, ignore that. When we hit OK, you'll see it snaps down to there, and we're going to be okay. So that has snapped all together. Now, if I grab this, no, and you can see that I can't move that side rail again, so the side rail is all fixed to that. Well, I'm not sure why these are not going into that one, but the same process applies. So if we were to try, let's see whether we can put these into one of these end rails, and we'll see whether we can get that to work. So let's try that. looking to here, and we want the center one there, and to the center one like that. Go OK, and then let's have a look around here, and we're going to go joint. Now you can see that the end rail, because we did change the order, we didn't do domino first, we did the end rail first. So the end rail then snapped to the domino, like the domino snapping to the end rail, but that's okay. So let's grab this, let's go into here and do this one. Go OK. And if we spin this around a bit, that all looks good. All right, so I'm not sure why that's not doing the legs, but we'll have a look in a sec. Okay, so what we need to do, we've got those in there, and what we can do, there must be something here that's stopping that. I don't know what that is. Body, we need the body there. Oh, I think there was a sketch turned on. Maybe that's what it was. And that's why I couldn't do it. Okay, let's have it turn it around. All right, let's see whether we can get this to work now. So we're going to rotate this around a little bit. You can it's a little bit of a fiddly process, but the more you do it, the more you'll sort of get the hang of it. There we go. Now it's working. So it must have been a sketch that I had hidden. So I turned the sketches off over here in the panel, and now I can select that. Now, tricky thing is, we want this, at the moment, if you look at the little profile thing, it's upside down. So it's spun around when we did the joint. So if we spin this around, this one here is the top one that's going to try and fit into that. And you can see that our leg's taken off and floated around. If we go OK, and we go back, you can see that that now has snapped all that together. And you can see the little icons here representing the joints. So you've got 2 joints in there for the dominoes and joints in that one, 2 in that one, 2 for the other side. So that's a good way of seeing where your joints are. The other really cool thing that we can do in this is we can do what's called a section view. So if I go up to inspect and go section analysis, and we're going to click on the face of this. Now, if you push this through, what it will do is it will do like a cut through version. And what you can see there is you can see our domino shapes. You can see that the domino is filling up all the space correctly, and it's inserted into both sides correctly. If that wasn't all the way in, we would have a void in between there and there. So that's what you want to be able to see. That looks good. So I'm just going to go OK. You can turn those on and off. So you can see now I've got a folder over here called analysis. So I can just turn those on and off, and it just shows me what a cut through version is. So that is the way that we have do the dominoes and the way that we join all of those things together. So just to make life a little bit easier, let's have a look at our end rail here. And I'm going to change the physical material of this to our good old friend radiator pine. And we'll do this side rail as well. Okay, so if you zoom in, you can see that we've got our nice little profile on the sides. It's married up. If we look at it from the top view, you've got the right spacing, which is a 5mm gap from that front edge. So pretty much that's how we want to do that. And now it's just a matter of creating those other pieces and joining all of that together. So you can see that now that's fixed because they're all joined to that one leg which is anchored in that corner. So everything else then becomes fixed to that. So it's just a matter of selecting your domino, copy, go to the right top, make sure it's the active component, and go paste new. And then you're just going to put it down here somewhere, capture position, go OK. And then you can select that one again if you want and go, oh, actually, go paste new. And so, yeah, just basically create all your dominoes and insert them like we did in those first ones and repeat that for each leg. And you've pretty much got it done. we'll see you in the next video when we start looking at creating the top of the table, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching.